Hello everyone. In the last video, we discussed the question based on successive percentage. Now, in this video, we will discuss the question based on election. Now, we will start from the question number 1. Here, at an election, there were two candidates. A candidate got 38% of the votes and lost by 7,200 numbers of votes. Find the total number of valid votes were. Now here we will discuss the question about the election. Now in this election there will be two candidates will be there, A and B. Here an election were two candidates. A candidate got 38% of the votes. So A is getting 38%. Now if A is getting 38% vote, then B will get 62% votes. And A is get 38% and lost by 7,200 votes. Means A will get 38%, B will get 62. The difference of these two numbers, which is equal to 24%. 62 minus 38, which is equal to 24%. Now the 24%, which is equal to 7,200. So A will get 38%, B will get 62. And A is lost by 7,200 votes. Means the difference, if A is get 38x, B will get 62x, then the difference 62 minus 38, which is equal to 24 here. So we can directly calculate this value by in case of percentage. 62x minus 38, 24%, which is equal to 7,200. 1%, which is equal to 300. And we have to find the total number of valid votes, which is equal to 100%. 300 into 100, which is equal to 30,000. So total number of the valid votes will be 30,000. Clear? A will get 38% of the total votes, B will get 62%. Now the difference is 24, which is equal to 7,200. After that, we will calculate the value of 100%, which is equal to 30,000. Now, question number 2. In an election between the two candidates, the candidate getting 60% of the votes polled is elected by a majority of 14,000. The number of votes polled by the winning candidate is, and we have to find how many votes a winning candidate got. Now, election between the two candidates, A will get 60%, B will get 40%. Now, and is elected by a majority of 14,000. Here the difference, 20%, which is equal to 14,000. 20% is 14,000, and we have to find how much votes winner get. So A gets 60%. Now the value of 20% is 14,000, and we have to find the value of 60%. So we will multiply by the whole number by 3. Here 20% into 3, which is equal to 60%. 14 into 3, 42. So the winner gets 42,000 votes. We can directly calculate this question by applying this percentage. Here the difference is 20%, which is equal to 14,000. A get 14,000 votes more than B. Now in percentage, A will get 20% more than B. So 20%, which is equal to 14,000, and we have to find how many votes A will get. A will get 60%. 20% is 14,000, then 60%, which is equal to 42,000. Now, another question. In an election between the three candidates, here the three candidates are there. The first candidate got 40% votes. Second candidate got 36% votes. Total number of votes polled were 36,000. Find the number of votes got by third candidate. So how many votes get by the third candidate we have to find. Now, so total votes is given 36,000, which is equal to 100%. Now A will get 40%. B will get, A got 40%, B got 36%. So how many votes, how many percentage of the votes C got? It becomes 76. Total is 100. So C will get 24%. Now 100%, which is equal to 36,000. 1%, which is equal to 360, and we have to find the value of 24%, which is equal to 360 into 24. Now, when we multiply these two values, we will get 8640. So, the number of votes got by the candidate, got by third candidate, which is equal to 8,640. Now, these are very simple questions. You can first understand the question, what the meaning of the question. After that, you can easily calculate these questions. Okay, these questions just to you have to solve to get the confidence. So you can easily solve the question in the examination. These are very simple questions are there. You will try all the questions, you will get the answer easily. Now, question number 4. Now, if you have any doubt in any question, then you can ask in the comment section. Now, in an office, 40% of the staff is female, 40% of the female and 60% of the males voted for me. The percentage of vote I got was. Now, in this case, we will assume that total votes is equal to 100. 40% of the staff is female. Female is 40%, means 40. Male will be 60. Total votes means total staff is 100, female is 40, and male is 60. 40% of the female. So here 40% of 40, which is equal to 16, and 60% of 60, which is equal to 36. Now, I got 16 votes from the female and 36 votes from the male. So the percentage of votes I got. Total votes I got, which is equal to 36 plus 16, which is equal to 52. Now, 52 out of 100. I got 52 votes out of 100, which is equal to 52%. So the total percentage of votes I got, which is equal to 52%. Now, next question. In an election between two candidates, 20% votes become invalid, and the winner gets 60% of the valid votes and won by 48,000. Find the total votes. Now here, there is an election between the two candidates and 20% votes become invalid, and the winner gets 60% of the valid votes. Now here we will take the total votes is 100x. 20% votes become invalid. So 20% of 100x, which is equal to 20x. Now these 20x is the invalid votes. So total valid votes, which is equal to 80x. Now 100 is the total votes. Invalid 20% of total votes, which is equal to 100x, is 20x. 20x is our invalid votes. 80x is our valid votes. Now, the winner gets 60% of the valid votes. 60%. If the winner gets 60%, then runner-up will get 40%. Clear? 60% of 80, which is equal to 48x. 40% of 80, which is equal to 32x. Now, winner get 48x and the runner get 32x. Here the difference, which is equal to 16x. Now the winner gets 16x more vote than runner-up. And this 16x, which is equal to 48,000. X is equal to 3,000. And we have to find the total votes. The total votes were 100x. So 100x, which is equal to 3,000 into 100, 3 lakh, which is equal to 3 lakh. Now, the total number of votes will be 3 lakh. First of all, 20% votes become invalid. So total votes, we will assume that 100x. And 20% invalid, so 20% of total votes, 20x, it becomes invalid. So the valid vote is 80x. They are asking for the total votes. That's why we multiply by 100x. If they are asking for the valid vote, then we will multiply by 80x, 3000 into 80. It becomes our valid votes. Now we are moving to the another question number 6. In an election where two candidates, 16.66% votes become invalid, and the winner get 55% of the valid votes and won by 30,000. Find the total votes. Now, in the previous question, the percentage was given 20%. So we will assume the 100x as a total votes. After that, we will simplify all the values and get the answer. But here the percentage is given 16.66%. If we take 100x as a total votes, then our calculation becomes very complicated and it takes more time to solve the question. So what will we do in this question? अब हमें क्या करना है इस क्वेश्चन में? Now 16.66% is given, which is equal to 16 2 by 3. And we know that the fraction value of 16 2 by 3%, which is equal to 1 by 6. Now, here we will take the total number of votes which are divisible by 6. Yeah, we can say we will take the total votes is a multiple of 6. Because 16.66%, the fraction value is 1 by 6. We can easily solve out if we get the total votes in the multiple of 6. So here we will take the total votes 60x. Total votes is 60x. Invalid votes. Invalid means 16 2 by 3% of 60x. 1 by 6 of 60x. 10x is the invalid votes. Total votes is 60x. 10x invalid votes. So valid votes will be 50x. And the winner get 55% of the valid votes. Winner get 55%. Runner-up get 45%. Now here. So the difference is 10%. Winner get 10% more than the runner-up. Getting? So 10%. 10% of what? 10% of 50x. So 10% of 50x, which is equal to how much? 30,000. So 5x, 10% of 50x, which is equal to 5x, 30,000. x is equal to 6,000 and we have to find the total votes. Now in this case, we don't multiply by the 100x. Why? Here we assume the total votes is 60x instead of 100x. So 60x, which is equal to 6,000 into 60, which is equal to 3,60,000. Clear? Here we assume the total vote is 60x. Why 60x? Because 60x is a multiple of 6. Here, if we take, we can take any value. X, Y, Z, 100, 200, 500, any value total votes. We will get the same answer. But if we take the value which is a multiple of 6, we can get the answer in minimum time, in the less time. That's why we took 60x as a total votes, because 6 is a 60x is a divisible of 6. So the total number of the votes will be 3,60,000. Now come to the next question. Question number 7. In an election between the two candidates, 10% voters don't go for the vote. 20% voter become invalid, and the winner gets 60% of the valid votes and won by 28,800. Find the total vote. Now here, so 10%. We will take the total votes is 100x. Now 10% voters didn't go. 10% of 100x, which is equal to 10x. So go for vote, which is equal to 90x. And 20% votes become invalid. 20% of 90x, which is equal to 80. So valid votes become 72x. Here 10x people don't go for the vote. 18x votes become invalid of 90x. So total valid votes become 72. So 72x is our total valid votes. And the winner gets 60%. Runner-up get 40%. Here the difference, 20%. 20% of 72x, which is equal to 28800. Now 20% of 7.72x, which is equal to 14.4%. 14.4x. 28800. So x is equal to 2000. And the x is 2000. We have to find the total votes. 100x, which is equal to 2 lakh. Now the total number of votes, which is equal to 2 lakh. Clear? If they are asking for how many people go for the vote, then we will multiply by 90x. And if they are asking for how many total valid votes, so total valid votes will be 72x. Total votes is 100x. Go for the vote is 90x, and valid votes will be 72. 100x is the population of a town eligible for vote. Now 100x are the people who are eligible for the vote, and 10% people don't go for the vote, then 90x people go for the vote, and 20% votes become invalid, then 72x votes become valid votes. And we will calculate how many votes a winner get, a runner-up get on valid votes. Clear? We will calculate who will win in the election based on the valid votes. Now the next question. In an election where two candidates, 16.66% voters don't go for the vote, and 14.28% votes become invalid. And the winner gets 55% of the valid votes and won by 27,000. Find the total votes. So we know that the fraction value of 16.66% is 1 upon 6. And 14.28%, which is equal to 1 by 7. In this case, we can't take total votes is 100x. So because we can take 100x, but we will take the 100x, the calculation become very complicated. Then in this case, we will take the total votes, which is multiplication of 6 and 7. So here the total votes become 42x, 6 and 7. Now 16.66 voters don't go for the vote. 1 by 6 of 42x, which is equal to 7x. So 42 minus 7, which is equal to 35x person go for vote. Invalid 1 by 7. Which is equal to 1 upon 7 of 35x, 5x. So go for the vote is 35x and invalid 5x. Valid votes become 35x minus 5x, 30x. So 30x is our valid votes. Winner get 55%. Winner get 45%. There will be a difference of 10%. 10% of 30x, which is equal to 27,000. Here, winner get 55% of valid votes. 30x is our valid votes, 42x is our total votes. Now 10% of 30x, which is equal to 3x, 3x 27,000. X is equal to 9,000. And we have to find the total votes and then multiply by 42x. 42 into 9,000, which is equal to 37,800. Yeah, sorry, 3,78,000. So the total number of votes, which is equal to 3,78,000. Now, in this case, when the value is given in the fraction form, yeah, percentage is given, complicated percentage is given, 16.66, 33.33, like that. In this case, we can't take total votes is 100x, because if we take the 100x, the total votes, then the solution become very complicated. Now in this case, we will take the total votes is a multiplication of the denominator value, 6 and 7. Then our calculation become very easy. Now the next question. In an election with two candidates, 11.11% voters don't go for the vote, 33% votes become invalid. Yeah, same question is there. 11.11% voters don't go for the vote and 33.33% votes become invalid. And the winner gets 65% of the valid votes and won by 9,600 votes. And we have to find the total votes. And we know that 11.11% fraction value is 1 upon 9 and 33.33%. The fraction value is 1 upon 3. We will take the total votes, which is multiplication of 9 and 3, which is equal to 27x. Now, So 11.11% voters don't go for the vote, means 1 upon 9 of 27x, which is equal to 1 by 9 into 27x. 3x. 3x people don't go for the vote. Total vote 27. 3x people don't go for the vote. Now go for the vote. How many people go for the vote? 7 minus 3, 24x. And 33% votes become invalid, which is equal to 1 by 3 into 24x. 8x. So total valid votes become 24 minus 8x. 16x. So total valid votes become 16x. Now, and the winner gets 65% and runner-up get 35%. Difference will be 30%. 30% of 16x, which is equal to 9,600. Now, after multiplication, we will get 4.8x 9600. X is equal to 2000. And we have to find the total votes, which is equal to 27x. So 27x, 2000 into 27, 54,000. So total number of votes will be 54,000. Now the next question, last question will be there. Question number 10. Here, 8% of the voters in an election didn't cast their votes. In this election, there were only two candidates. The winner by obtaining 48% of the total votes. Now here, winner is getting 48% of the total votes and defeated his contestant by 1,100 votes. Find the total number of voters in the election. And we have to find the total number of voters in an election. Now, in this case, we will assume the total voters 100x. And 8% of the voters in an election didn't cast their vote. 8% of 100x, which is equal to 8x. Now, valid votes become 92x. And the winner gets 48% of the total votes. Winner, how many votes winner will get? 48% of total votes. 48% of 100x. Not here is not the valid votes. 48% of total votes. Now in the question is given 48% of the total votes. So which is equal to 48x. Runner-up will get how much? Now see, when we will count how many votes winner will get, your runner will get, only depend on the valid votes, not the total votes. So here the winner is get 48x. The runner-up will get 92x minus 48x, not 100, which is equal to 44x. Now the difference of winner and runner-up, which is equal to 4x, 1100. X is equal to 275. And we have to find the total voters, which is equal to 100x. Now here 100x, which is equal to 27500, which is equal to 27,500. Clear? Now in this question, the 48% given of the total votes, not the valid votes. And we will count the votes of winner and runner-up depend on the valid votes, not the total votes. That's why valid votes is 92x. Winner get 48% of 100x, which is equal to 48. Now we will calculate how many votes runner will get, which is equal to 92 minus 48, which is equal to 44. Here 4x is equal to this one, 1100, and 100x, which is equal to 27,500. So now in this video, we discussed 10 questions based on election. Now in the next video, we will discuss the question based on expenditure, price, and consumption. So you will try all these 10 questions of the election. If you get any difficulty while solving question, then you can ask in the comment section. For today, thank you so much for the video. In the next video, we will discuss the question based on expenditure is equal to price into consumption. Thank you so much for today's video. Thank you.